Yes, people, welcome back to Talking Wolves. We're here for a brand new transfer news update video. I hope you guys are keeping well and safe. Hopefully, you've still got a smile on your face after yesterday's FA Cup victory. Of course, seeing us play West Bromwich Albion. But, of course, the transfer window is still open. We've got lots of content coming out over the next few days or so. Obviously, today's video, we'll have a podcast out in the morning. We'll have the Brighton preview out hopefully on Friday or Saturday. And hopefully, obviously, some more transfer news coming up. As always, do let me know your thoughts on any of the news stories that we discussed today. The first one, and a lot of them, to be fair, are focused around strikers. It's no secret that that is the area that Wolves want to focus on. And it broke yesterday that Wolves are reportedly one of the teams linked with Chelsea forward Armando Broja. A striker who obviously has had loan spells out previously for Chelsea before. I believe he was at Southampton. Did quite a good job there. Had quite a nasty injury, I believe, at the start of last year or the season before, one of the pre-seasons. So had a really nasty injury. Kept him out for some time. And now he's back and he's playing some first-team football for Chelsea. Probably not scoring the amount of goals that he would have wanted to. It was reported yesterday from the Guardian that Wolves were interested in Broja. Obviously, the most logical thing for Wolves would be hopefully a loan with an option or obligation to buy. It's been reported by David Ornstein today at The Athletic that Chelsea would let Broja go, but it would have to be on a permanent deal. And I just don't think Wolves at the moment would have the finances to sanction that deal and allow, spend the money on someone to permanently join. Because you would assume, I don't know, I'm chucking figures out there, I think Chelsea would probably want at least £20 million for him. And I don't think Wolves have that to throw at a striker as of right now. Wolves, Fulham, West Ham all said to be interested. Still only 22 years of age. A player that Wolves obviously do like. But like I said, alone, he's probably the more favourable option, but it really depends on how Chelsea want to operate ahead of the end of the transfer window. Another striker linked today, according to Record in Portugal, is the Benfica forward Petar Musa, Croatian striker. He's actually played quite a little bit of got quite a little bit of match time for Benfica this year, but they've just brought in another forward, so he's expecting his game time to be limited. So he may well be interested in a move to the Premier League. Probably would accept being a rotation option as well. Italian club Genoa also interested. It's said that they're pretty much set to make a loan with an option to buy offer. So it's a market the Wolves are in, and if Genoa are obviously looking at it, Wolves and Benfica have had decent relations in the past. Obviously, we've still got a little bit of an issue with Guedes, who I'll actually bring up in a minute. But maybe he's a player that Wolves will look at signing as well. An interesting one that popped up yesterday from ESPN, mainly over in America, is about the Borussia Dortmund winger Giovanni Reyna. Now, again, this is a very interesting one. A player that is sort of slowed down in terms of his progress recently, but was a really highly rated young player a few years ago. American international, obviously. His dad, Claudio, was a very famous player, played here in England. I think Gio Reyna was actually born in England as well. But he's obviously wanted to move away from the Bundesliga, or at least move away from Borussia Dortmund. And he's changed agents recently, so he has joined the mighty Gestiefute with Jorge Mendes. So Wolves have been touted as one of the teams that apparently have been offered Gio Reyna recently. Again, not 100% sure the truth in this. But apparently Jorge Mendes is working to get a move for the American international. More than likely going to be a loan, but Borussia Dortmund wanting around 15 million euros for him. I don't think it's a ridiculous price. And again, I think it wouldn't be something that I'm dead against, to be honest. But apparently a lot of teams have been offered him. So again, I think I said it with Ekatike a couple of days ago. Do I think he'll leave his club this January? Probably yes. Do I think it's going to be to Wolves at the moment? Probably not. So we'll keep our tabs on that one anyway for now. Another striker linked was the young Bristol City forward Tommy Conway. That came from Football Insider today. Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Celtic and Rangers also said to be keeping tabs on him. Like I said, 21 years of age. Actually got a decent goal record over the last couple of seasons at Bristol City for a young striker, sort of breaking into the first team setup there. you would assume that Bristol City would be very reluctant to let him go. I think he's got 7 league goals already so far this season, so this may well be one for the summer. Born in England, represents Scotland at a youth level, so it explains the links with Rangers and Celtic as well. But Tommy Conway, again, another player to maybe keep our eye on heading towards the summer window. Goncalo Guedes, like I said, I pretty much mentioned him on the last few videos now, and the situation on him is actually getting a little bit frustrating at the moment. But it said now, I say frustrating, this could be good news for Wolves. It said now that apparently Goncalo Guedes has been offered a very attractive contract from a team in Saudi Arabia. Now, it's thought and expected that Guedes will analyse his options over the next few days because, of course, a move to Villarreal was pretty much nailed on, but Benfica at the moment were blocking him from leaving, well, cancelling that loan for him to move to Spain. So Wolves, I think, with this Saudi offer, will probably be rubbing their hands together, of course, if the finances are right, because it's been an absolute disaster from day one with the signing of Goncalo Guedes, and I think if you can cash in for £20 million plus, you're saying thank you very much. And that might give Wolves a little bit more flexibility then for the remaining week or so of the transfer window. So hopefully by the weekend we get a little bit more of an update on that one. Saudi clubs were named right at the start of this whole saga with Goncalo Guedes. But I'm really hoping now that he does maybe get sold on. We've got a bit of a loan update as well. 3 players move in and go out on loan. So the first one is Chem Campbell. I mentioned him right at the end of the last video, and it had just gone. The initial rumour had come out as I was editing the video, but Chem Campbell has rejoined Wycombe Wanderers for the remainder of the season on loan. Of course, he was at Charlton. Charlton had a change of manager and system, so Chem Campbell, to be fair, wasn't going to get the minutes, so he moved back to a familiar stomping ground in Wycombe Wanderers, where he spent the second half of last season out on loan. Goalkeeper Louis Molden as well. He's moved up a couple of leagues. He's gone out on loan to Northampton Town. He had been at Rochdale, I believe, and done quite well there. I think he had 5 assists as a goalkeeper. But he's moved up a couple of leagues now and will spend the second half of the season on loan at Northampton. And the final one is the under-21 goalkeeper, Joe Young. He's joined the Vanarama North team, Buxton FC. I believe he made his debut last night. He even got in the Vanarama North Team of the Week on his debut as well. Joe Young had quite a few appearances for the 21s in the International Cup and stuff, and did quite well. So fingers crossed. Think off the top of my head, it might be one of his first loan moves. So get used to that men's football and see where it takes him in the future. But that is all for today, I believe, guys. Of course, any other rumours, be sure to follow us on all the socials. Obviously, at Talking Wolves everywhere. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and I'll catch you all very soon.